Hello there and welcome to Banned Book Talk. My name is Colleen. I'm a Youth Services Librarian with the Corpus Christi Public Libraries, and this program is recommended for teens ages 12 and up. Now, the materials we discuss may not always be suitable for everyone, so some parental guidance is recommended, however, censorship is not. With all that out of the way, let's go ahead and dive on into today's topic. Today, we are going to be discussing the bans on the dictionary. That's right. Even the dictionary is not safe from bans. In particular, these two dictionaries, the MerriamWebster's Dictionary and the American Heritage Dictionary, they are the two most common and most well-known dictionaries that we have if you go to a bookstore or to a library, or even if you're just looking up the definition of a word on the internet. The books that you find and the definitions that you find more than likely come from one of these two versions of the dictionary. And that's because these are considered the most comprehensive versions in that they have the most complete compilation of words in the English language, and they have the most understandable definitions. They're kept very simple and very short. So these are the two most well-known and considered the best dictionaries of the English language. So at some point during school, you've probably had to use at least one of these, if not both. Maybe you've used a pocket dictionary, or you've had to use a medical dictionary or a science dictionary. There's so many versions because the English language is very extensive and very complicated. But let's go ahead and get to the bans. There's not a whole lot of documentation on the bans against the Merriam-Webster's Dictionary. For the most part, we know there were a couple in the mid-90s in New Mexico, but there's not a whole lot of information other than that. But we do have one very well-documented case in 2010 in California where a single complaint from a parent got the Merriam-Webster's Collegiate Dictionary, the 10th edition, taken out of the school because it contained a definition for the term oral sex, and the parent felt that having the dictionary, and particularly a dictionary that had definitions for those kinds of terms, would lead children to look up inappropriate words purposefully. Now, the American Heritage Dictionary, we have a little bit more information on the bans of those, although not quite as well documented as that 2010 one. We know in 1976, it was pulled from schools in Anchorage, Alaska, and Cedar Lake, Indiana, for having an objectionable language. In 1977, in Eldon, Missouri, 1982 in Folsom, California, and in 1992 in Churchill County, Nevada, all due to having it objectionable language. Unlike the 2010 case with the Merriam-Webster's, there was no particular word that was singled out. It was just a general that there were words in there that could be considered objectionable. Now, there's quite a bit of controversy over this, and there's been some studies done on the implications of what it means for people to actually have banned the dictionary over objectionable language, because it literally is just a book of terminology and what it could imply about the future of the English language and these terms within the English language. So that is a very complicated topic that I won't get into much more than that. If you want to check it out a bit more for yourself, check out the two articles that I used for getting the information on these bans. They have some links down below in their resources, and you can dive down the rabbit hole if you so choose. But as always, with any book, please remember that not everyone is going to like every book, but just because you don't like a book doesn't mean that no one else will. And likewise, not everyone is going to like your favorite book. You don't have to like every book that you read, and you don't even have to finish every book that you start. If you can't get through it, put it down, walk away. You at least gave it a try. But never deny anyone else their right to have access to that book and to enjoy it. So Follow us on Facebook and YouTube for more updates. You can also go to cctexas.com/library and see if we have your favorite banned book, and also see what we have on our 2 digital platforms, Hoopla and Access 360. Until next time, bye!